The friendship between Laurel and Hardy was one of those rare bonds that felt as if it had been written long before the two ever crossed paths. Their connection didn't rise from fame or opportunity. It formed from a quiet understanding that each man had finally found the one partner who could bring out the very best in him. Stan, with his meticulous creativity, gentle humor, and endless imagination, often stayed awake deep into the night crafting scenes, adjusting lines, shaping routines until every detail felt perfect. Oliver, with his natural warmth, charisma, and remarkable instinct for timing, breathed life into those ideas the moment he stepped in front of a camera. They were nothing alike in personality, yet everything about them seemed to fit together effortlessly, like two halves of the same heartbeat. Wherever one struggled, the other instinctively stepped forward, and wherever one shined, the other lifted him higher. As the years unfolded, their partnership grew into something far deeper than a professional pairing. Hollywood is known for creating temporary alliances, friendships that fade as quickly as the lights dim. Yet theirs only strengthened. They faced exhausting travel schedules, changing studio demands, financial pressures, and the unpredictable waves of public attention. But through all of it, they held on to each other. During long international tours, when homesickness overwhelmed them, they found comfort simply in each other's company. On film sets, when days stretched endlessly and tensions rose, they diffused disagreements with shared laughter or a quiet word of reassurance. Even in their private lives, during times of heartbreak, divorce, illness, and personal uncertainty, they found in one another the kind of companionship that didn't require explanations, just presence. When studios attempted to separate them for financial gain or experimental roles, they resisted with a strength that few in the industry expected. They understood something that executives could never fully grasp. Their magic didn't come from scripts or sets. It came from the unspoken trust between two men who had chosen loyalty over ambition. They believed that no success was worth having if it meant leaving the other behind. As newer stars emerged and their fame began to fluctuate, they never turned against each other or questioned their journey. Instead, they remained focused on what mattered most, continuing to bring joy to audiences and preserving the bond that had carried them through the brightest and darkest years of their lives. Their later years revealed the true depth of their connection. When Oliver's health began to deteriorate, the industry still offered Stan opportunities, roles, appearances, projects that could have revived his career independently. But Stan refused every single one. He insisted he would never perform again if Oliver couldn't stand beside him. To him, the stage without Oliver was not a stage at all. It was a reminder of a missing piece he could never replace. This loyalty was not theatrical. This was a promise he had built his life around, to create laughter without Oliver, to step into a spotlight alone, felt like betraying something sacred. As Oliver's decline continued, Stan became a constant source of comfort. Their letters during this period were filled with warmth, shared memories, and gentle humor that helped soften the heaviness of illness. When Oliver passed away, the world mourned the loss of one half of an iconic duo, but Stan felt the loss on a level no audience could comprehend. People close to him said he never fully recovered, not emotionally, not spiritually. He kept Oliver's photograph beside him and often looked toward it as if expecting him to speak. When fans asked about their friendship, Stan responded with a softness that revealed how deeply the bond still lived inside him. For the rest of Stan's life, Oliver remained present, woven into conversations, memories, reflections, and the work Stan continued to revisit in honor of their partnership. He often watched their films alone, sometimes smiling, sometimes wiping away a quiet tear, overwhelmed by the realization that the greatest chapters of his life had been shared with one extraordinary friend. Although the applause had faded and the film studios had changed, the bond between them remained untouched, preserved in memories that neither time nor loss could erase. What makes their friendship so powerful is not just the years they spent performing together, but the unwavering loyalty that carried them all the way to their final days. They proved that true partnership is not defined by contracts, fame, or convenience. It is defined by devotion, trust, and a love that asks for nothing in return. Their story stands as a reminder that in a world filled with temporary connections, there still exist friendships capable of lasting a lifetime. Laurel and Hardy didn't just create comedy, they created a legacy of loyalty that continues to inspire hearts long after they are gone. Their journey shows that some bonds do not fade with time. They simply grow quieter, deeper, and more eternal with every year that passes.